Yeah.
This is private property for employees only and invited guests. We can't let anybody else down here. And already declared that this is for the safety of our employees.
This is Lisa Savage, candidate for U.S. Senate. So I'm here with a petition that has 2,600 signatures of people that wanted to see me participate in the final debate of the election. I'm Lisa Savage. My name's on the ballot. I'm an independent candidate. I was the first name on the ballot, actually. I'm not sure what WMTW is doing when they exclude me and the other independent from the final debate. I'm wondering if the candidates are afraid to face me in a debate again. I've been in the first 4 debates. I think I played by the rules and did okay. Can you explain why I can't be allowed into the debate tonight?
No, I can't explain it because I've just been told not to admit anybody to the property other than employees or other invited guests.
So do you agree with that decision?
I'm an employee of the station and I do as I'm told to do as an employee of the station.
And is it really the Hearst Corporation that told WMTW to do this?
I really don't know. I don't operate at those levels of the station.
Okay. And your name is?
My name is Greg Rohr.
Greg Rohr.
And I'm
Greg?
the Director of Engineering.
Okay. And your name, sir? You don't have a name? Or you don't want to give me your name?
He is here as part of the security detail.
He's here as part of the security detail. Okay. Well, I'm going to hand this over to you then, Greg.
I can't accept that. I'm going to have to find out if somebody from inside wants to accept that. I'm really not here to represent the editorial side of our station, other than to make sure that the driveway stays clear for, like I said, employees or invited guests.
So you're even scared to take my petition? I assure you there's nothing dangerous about it. It's a bunch of papers with a bunch of names and addresses on it.
Let me see if I can get a representative from the station to come out here.
Okay.
Like I said, I don't have the authority to be able to handle this sort of thing that you're asking for. Excuse me.
Just asking for my First Amendment rights in a democracy. That's what I'm asking for. This is a ranked choice voting race, and the voters of Maine are being ill-served by the holding a debate in which candidates on the ballot are excluded from the debate. That is undemocratic, it is unconstitutional, and it certainly does not show a free press. What it shows is a corporate press where money talks, and people like me that only raised $180,000 from grassroots supporters to run a campaign, rather than taking tens of millions of dollars from leadership PACs that launder corporate money, corporate lobbyists, corporate CEOs. Those people get access to the debate, but a regular candidate that's speaking for the people of Maine, that's worked as a school teacher for 25 years, I'm the only non-millionaire in the race. I think that money has a lot to do with why I'm not being allowed into this debate. So I don't really think it would cost WMTW anything to take my petition and see the many, many Maine voters whose names and addresses are here who wanted to see me debate. I guess if you won't take it from me, I'll just lay it down here and you can find somebody with the authority to pick it up off the
I'm not, I can care to leave that there, you can, but again, you do that at your own discretion.
I feel that this is a very sad day for the First Amendment. I am a Mainer, and Mainers believe in fair play. I think this is very, very disappointing. I know that the Hearst Corporation isn't a Maine company. I don't think they share the values of Maine voters, certainly not the values of the Maine voters that have signed their names to this petition. And I know that the many students and volunteers and parents and neighbors and friends who have worked really hard on this campaign until now would be very disappointed in me if I did not come tonight and say, let me debate. What are you scared of? I'm not going to use profanity. I'm not going to threaten or attack anybody. I'm here to discuss why the people of Maine, a majority of the people of Maine, want Medicare for all. They want climate emergency treated like it's an emergency, and they don't think that millionaires in the Senate understand what they're struggling with or know what their needs are. And so I'm here as just a citizen, a retired school teacher, trying to participate in an election and in a debate as part of my First Amendment, free speech, free press rights. I'm very sorry for you, WMTW. I'm not angry at you. I feel sorry for you. This is what you have decided to side with instead of our Constitution. So I will go away. I'm not going to create any violence or threats or anything like that. I think it's sad that this is the path that you've decided to go down. I hope you can live with your choice. I know I can live with mine.
That's 2,500 signatures that people that wanted her to debate.
The petition that I collected the other day, right?
Yeah.
Copy of the same.
Yeah.
Fairly expensive.
Children that are here tonight, I'm sorry that you had to see this travesty of democracy, but now you know what you're up against. Shall we go in the background for this?
Yeah, I think it would be good to have people in the background on this side.
Okay.
Yep.
Do we want to just go down closer to the sign, or do we want to stay here?
We want the sign to be on one side so we can see the sign, and then people on the other side.
So, I mean, I'll tell you what it looks like.
From that shot over here, something is really good. You can be on the pavement, and then the shot
Yeah,
in the back.
we need to get close to that.
Towards here a little bit.
Okay, we're going to stand on the pavement.
Spencer, you tell us where to go.
So,
I think this is what we had thought here, so you can see this, and you can see the entrance. Yeah, a little bit over here. Spencer, I think here we're good. From here.
There's a cable.
If you, excuse me, you two, if you could be on this side, just so that we want to be able to see the sign.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. We've got the.
You want to be closer to her?
Where's the light?
Testing here at Lisa. It is the final debate. We are sending this footage to the Young Turks, who is a progressive media channel on YouTube with millions of subscribers, and we are sending them this footage as an act of solidarity for the leftist voices that get squelched by the big politics, by the big money in politics. So Lisa, we have some questions for you tonight. Reporting live from the WMTW news station in Portland, Maine. We are here with Lisa Savage, the independent candidate for the U.S. Senate in Maine, who was not invited to the final debate as an act of just completely ignoring democracy, ignoring her right to speech. She is on the ballot, and they did not invite her to the debate. So Lisa, have some questions.
Okay, Kara.
Okay, thank you. This is clearly an act of the major parties in politics stomping out the voices of independent, green, third-party candidates. How else have those campaigns interfered with your campaign this season?
Well, they've told some falsehoods to prospective voters. For one thing, this is a ranked choice voting race, but many canvassers have falsely told voters that if they rank me first, that increases the chance that the incumbent, Susan Collins, will be reelected. That is mathematically impossible. Susan Collins can only be reelected if she gets a majority of votes, and ranking me first or ranking the Democrats second doesn't affect how many votes Susan Collins gets and whether she is reelected. So that's been one of the major ways. The other thing is that some people have lied and said there are only 2 candidates in the race, that I dropped out, and then they conspired to hold the last debate without me to kind of support that false claim, I think. Mostly, though, it's been a lot of money. You know, a lot of organizations that claim to be nonpartisan are actually front groups for the Democrats and Republicans, and they will tell young organizers, often college-age organizers, that they're nonpartisan and, oh, we're going to, you know, go register voters. But in fact, if an independent candidate or a Green Party candidate shows up, they will have nothing to do with them. So, you know, a lot of misinformation and misleading, I think, of voters.
What can Mainers and U.S. citizens do to amplify the voices of independent, green, and third-party candidates?
Well, kind of exactly what you're doing right now. Be the alternative media. You know, the Young Turks are a really important outlet. I've been lucky to be interviewed and featured by many, many indie journalists during this campaign. And we can all speak out. We can become YouTubers. We can become bloggers. We can share independent media. And, you know, controlling the narrative is how these corporate interests keep our democracy from functioning. So anything that we can do to shine some light on truth and share it around is a step in the right direction.
And once elected, what will you propose in legislation to amplify these voices and prevent something like this from happening in the future?
That's a good question. We made a complaint to the Federal Elections Commission because actually excluding us from the debate solely on the basis of party affiliation is illegal. It's an illegal corporate in-kind donation to the Democrats and Republicans. And the FEC should hear that complaint and could, in fact, fine them twice as much as the value of an hour of prime time on ABC TV tonight. However, the FEC doesn't have a quorum and is hearing no complaints during this very contentious election season. So something that I could do in the Senate, I think, is help impanel a quorum of the FEC so that they could hear legitimate complaints about the election.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for your time and for continuing to fight in this election, and for all the supporters who come out and continue to work at this every day, tirelessly for months. We are not being quiet. We will not stop. Our voices will be heard, whether it's on this channel or across the world. People want to hear what we have to say. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Keep rolling, and you just need to sing. Ready?
Yeah.
Sing the sound of the audio.
Continue the procedure.